Hello guys, welcome to the Wednesday forecast. So here is EU and it's looking a bit range bound currently, but the overall price action is giving me a bit of confidence that we will get some nice moves. So yeah, we did have a flag opportunity to enter right here. So what I was seeing this nice large impulse up, and then I was seeing this clean flag form. One thing though, one huge warning sign to me was this aggressive retrace. So at that point I was not looking for a trade. Actually, I was just waiting for the break of the high or the low because of this aggressive retrace. So even though this looked like a clean flag, the aggressive retrace made me stay out of this trade. And then what happened? Well, we did continue up. And actually, even if it did fit my plan, I would not have been in because the entry happened during spread hours. So yeah, I would not have been in this trade even if it fit my plan. And then we broke the high, retraced, and then we broke the low and retraced. So currently this is indicating a bit of a range. Now, it's nothing to be concerned about since it is kind of a tighter, smaller range. It's more of a consolidation. So that is actually a sign that maybe we will continue to the upside, something like this, and then I would look to get in on a nice trade up. I would also look to get in on a nice break and retest trade. So I would just like to see this momentum continue to the upside, and I would just like for this to be a small consolidation and not a larger, and not turn out to be a larger range like this. We can also get a large impulse down, then I would maybe consider taking a flag, but not really in the cards currently. Or we can get an ascending, look for a push down, or we can get a descending, look for a reversal up. So definitely the standard stuff. And one thing to note is that we have a liquidity area below and we have a liquidity area above. You can see what happens when the price enters the liquidity area. It just breaks and retraces, so be careful if we just break and retrace. Look for a nice continuation and nice confirmation when we get a breakout to the upside or to the downside. Nothing more to say here. Now for EJ. So this one is looking, well, it's not looking good, but it's not looking that bad either. It's somewhere in the middle, as I would say it. So we are ascending. Currently, this is a clear ascending structure, as we can see here. And it was definitely looking like a really clean ascending before we broke this low. So you can see we were just breaking the highs, retracing, breaking the highs, retracing, breaking the highs, retracing, leaving huge wicks to the upside. So I was definitely expecting a nice reversal. Unfortunately, that did not happen. We actually broke the low and retraced, signaling a range. So currently I'm expecting a range. And what I would like to see to look for a trade, I would like to see more of an ascending, and then again a nice try for a reversal, a nice large impulse down. Because this was definitely looking really good before we broke the low and retraced. So I'll definitely be looking for more of a ascending or a large push up. As we know, on the Euro pairs we can get an ascending and then an impulse to the upside in the same direction. That is definitely a possibility, and then definitely look to buy. Or what can happen, so we can get a descending, then I would stay out because then it would just signal to me a larger range, since we would have an ascending going into a descending structure. So yeah, that's about it. And also, yeah, I'm looking, if we get a large impulse down from here, then I would look to sell on a nice flag, because it was ascending. So if we get a really large impulse and a nice confirmation, I will look to sell. So now for the Aussies, they actually do look good. It's kind of looking range bound, but it's looking clean. So we have this push up, we have this uptrend, and then it kind of turned out to be a larger range. So we are currently stuck in this sideways range, but again, it's nothing to be concerned about. It's a tight, small range. It looks more like a consolidation before we continue up. So if we do continue up, I will look for a nice clean break and retest, or I will look for a nice flag or a break and retest further up. I will just look for a nice buy signal once the price continues up. I want to see that large momentum. Again, what can happen, we can get an ascending and then a reversal. That is in the cards. If we descend, then I would be a bit concerned because we would have kind of an ascending going into descending, which would signal more of a range, to be honest. Or we can get a straight large impulse down from here. Then I would look to sell, since this is kind of looking range bound but also ascending. As you can see, we are breaking the highs, retracing, breaking the highs, retracing, breaking the highs, retracing, and leaving wicks to the upside. So yeah, that's about it. What I would really like to see is I would like to see this momentum continue. And I would like to see this turn out just to be a consolidation before we continue up. And now for the last pair, so the Aussie and the Japanese yen. And for this one, it's looking ascending, but it's also looking okay actually, since we did have this nice uptrend. We did have a nice push, and then it kind of turned out to be this ascending and the larger range because we did break the high, retrace, we broke the low here, retraced, broke the high, retraced. So I am kind of expecting a larger range at this point, but I would like for this just to be a consolidation before the overall trend to the upside continues. So what I'm looking for is a large push up, a nice break and retest, or a large push up and then a nice clean flag, or maybe for a break and retest further up. So anything like that. I would just like to see this momentum to the upside continue. Or we can start to ascend, then do look for a reversal down like this. Or if we descend, then it just signaled to me a larger range, since we would have an ascending going into descending, signaling further ranging price action. So kind of same price action happening on all of the pairs. We had a nice push up, but are now pausing, kind of stagnating, but there is still no momentum shift. As you can see, no momentum shift in these pullbacks. So I would just like for this to turn out to be a consolidation, as I said before we continue up. To sum up, I'm definitely interested in buying. I'm looking for that large continuation up, and then I would look to buy, since the price action is starting to clean up. If you compare it to this range bound and wicky crappy price action, you can just see a clear difference between this price action and the current price action, which is nicely trending and is now pausing a bit. That is it for the forecast. I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, one thing to note, on Wednesday we usually start to get some nice moves. So let's see if that will be true. And I will see you guys in the next forecast and trade recap.